Okay, we're going to start out today making a very basic omelet mixture. Just using a single egg, which we're going to attempt to fuse to two sides of these standard white flour tortillas. Very simple, effective way to get a lunch happening. We're preheating the oven up to 375. We've got a cookie sheet in there, so it'll be a nice cooking surface that is non-stick. With this egg, in this bowl, we're adding just a bit of ranch dressing. Ranch dressing has some flavor, some milk, etc. that'll whip together into a very simple omelet mixture. You can add just a little bit of spices to that, some melted butter, a little bit of white flour, make it more like a pancake dough. For a while there we were trying just using actual pancake mix. We found that recipe on the internet. This adding a little bit of oregano, basil, dill, weed, just gives it a little bit of extra flavor on top of the ranch, although some people probably just want to stick with the standard ranch dressing because they know what it tastes like. We're just sort of eyeballing this here, but it's about a tablespoon of flour we're adding. You have to mix it in there fairly well. We discovered earlier that you have to put about a tablespoon or maybe a half a tablespoon of melted butter. So we're going to cook that in the microwave for about 20 seconds. So we're going to get, now we've preheated this oven up to 375 with the cookie sheet in there. Got to be careful not to burn ourselves here. So a lot of people think that's pretty obvious though. Take the cookie sheet out. It's a very hot surface. Take the white flour tortillas, find them in any supermarket. Just take one of those out, place it right down there on the surface. Now that'll heat up that tortilla, and you'll notice as you're applying this egg mixture, you'll notice that the egg will start to actually cook right on to there while you're putting the omelet mixture on there. It'll start to congeal. Just take a little bit of it, pour it into the center, and take a spoon and start spreading it around. Don't burn yourself here. The idea is to put a thin kind of omelet egg mixture on both sides. You cook it on this side for about 2 minutes. Then you go ahead and you flip it over, just like you would flip over a pancake or an omelet or a hamburger patty. You've got yourself an egg fused tortilla. Very, very nutritious, very delicious. But I'm not acting too starchy here for this episode. Once we've got that, put that back in the oven and set the timer for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, something like that. Enough time to cook. in there. As you can see, we have now got the pancake kind of thing going on in there. It's infused. We've got the egg now cooked. I'm going to have to replace the audio. Flip it over, no problem. Did not stick to the cookie sheet. So it's kind of a nice improvement over using the older cookie sheet, which was like, get it off there. There we go. I'm going to go ahead, keeping the paste here. Put it on the other side. Saving a little bit because we're going to pour it on it and infuse the top of it. Nice even layer, trying to get it out close to the edge without going too far. Put that right back in the oven. Okay, greasy. Set that for 2.5 minutes. Back to the tuna mixture. So again, we've got the Miracle Whip, a few other ingredients. While that's cooking, we're going to get out some cheese. Got the Swiss cheese, which we've learned is popular in crepes. We get tuna and Emmental cheese, which Emmental is really a name for Swiss cheese. I'm not sure if it's a special kind of Swiss that's any different than this, but we have basically went to the store and we bought the Swiss cheese that you find in the supermarket, which is just the standard Kraft Deli Deluxe. Okay, we're going to set this aside. Something you don't want to have recorded. See, we've got now both sides of this are now complete, covered with omelet mix. Place these third part of this procedure reasonably centered. Put that back in. Another 2.5 minutes. Now I'm going to try to quickly whip together Miracle Whip. A dash of vinegar. that's basic herb, garlic, sea salt. And we have some oregano, we're putting a little dash in there. Basil. With that, absorb in. Okay, now we can set that aside. See, it's getting pretty heavy there. Sure this is not burning. It's getting a little crispy on one edge there. Hot, so watch out. Fold it over. Still have a little bit of this egg left over here. There. A little bit on top. Right around, kind of like a glaze. Giving it final touches. Now at this point, there's a few decisions we can make. We can, of course, very popular, we can put Parmesan on top. Get right onto the top there. Have fresh garlic. Close. That's so big. Spread it around on top like you're making garlic bread. I'm going to stick that in the oven for about 4 minutes, maybe more. hopefully this turns out.